Now, 2022 politics is already taking shape in this country very fast. And one thing is now clear, that the deputy president, William Samoei Ruto, will have to fight for his own political space in the larger Mount Kenya region. Because ahead of 2017 general election, it was clear that the entire region was going to rally around the deputy presidential bid in 2022, led by President Uhuru Kenyatta and the system. But the latest political development in this country is actually confirming that the president himself might not support his deputy in 2022. And the statement which was made yesterday by David Murathe confirms that indeed the deputy president will have to fight for his own political space in the larger Mount Kenya region. Because David Murathe was clear that he was going to lead the campaigns for Raila Odinga in the larger Mount Kenya region. But the deputy president is already putting elaborate strategies to outwit President Uhuru Kenyatta and his allies who are opposed to him in the larger Mount Kenya region. But when the deputy president was laying all these strategies, he had another headache. The headache of Gideon Moi. Gideon Moi was giving the deputy president a big headache in Rift Valley. Because as the deputy president was embarking on consolidating the larger Mount Kenya region and trying to consolidate it from slipping away, Gideon Moi was also busy in the Rift Valley region. You remember the deputy president going to Talai elders. And then within 2 days, a group of elders opposed the deputy president from Talai elders. Again, Gideon Moi had embarked on a tour of the region. We saw him in Nandi Hills being made an elder. We saw him meeting church leaders, and he had started so well. But one thing is now affecting Gideon Moi also, and is working in favor of the deputy president, William Samoei Ruto. Gideon Moi has disagreed bitterly with Joshua Kutuny. Joshua Kutuny is not your ordinary member of parliament. Between 2013 and 2017, Joshua Kutuny worked as the political advisor to President Uhuru Kenyatta, based right at State House. So Joshua Kutuny has direct access to President Uhuru Kenyatta. And apart from that, Joshua Kutuny was one of the founders of Kieleweke and has been playing a critical role in the Kieleweke campaigns. But this is now one man who has disagreed with Gideon Moi. The reason they disagreed is also very clear, that Gideon Moi is favoring Baringo. Something which I hope is not true, because according to Kutuny, Gideon Moi is currently busy identifying those Kalenjins who are in government, who are appointed by, or who owe their appointments to the deputy president. He's identifying all of them, and most of them are now, he's now replacing them with his team from Baringo, and this is what Kutuny is against.
Tunataka kumweleza Gideon, uweze kuchukua hiyo nafasi kuadhibu wale watu ambao, ama kupatia wasiwasi na kupatia vitisho wale maafisa wa serikali ambao labda waliandikwa na Ruto ama walionekana walikuwa karibu na Ruto. Hiyo sisi hatuwezi kubali. Na kama itakuwa ni mimi na Gideon kupeana talaka na ndoa kuvunjika kwa kutetea wananchi na maafisa walioko serikalini na jamii kwa ujumla kwa haki yao, mimi niko tayari kupeana talaka. Si talaka ya kwanza hii. Siasa ni interest. Mimi utaniulinda, mimi nikulinde. Usiponilinda mimi sitakulinda. Hivyo ninataka kueleza wale wote ambao wanafikiria kwamba Ruto, Gideon Moi anaweza kubeba sisi na atupeleke Kanani. Mimi nataka kumweleza Gideon, kabla kwanza uje kuja kutupanga na upange bonde la ufa, unaenda kwako ukapange kwanza, kwa sababu huko ndio William Ruto yuko na umaarufu kuliko hata huku kwetu. Arudi kwake kwanza. Kwake kunachomeka na unakuja huku unasema kutaka kutupanga sisi. Ni nyani au ni kundule?
And the main reason Kutuny is opposed to this is because there's a guy who was the managing director of Kura who was supposed to be confirmed, then Gideon Moi influenced this guy not to be confirmed. And he appointed someone from Baringo. So Kutuny is currently fighting Gideon Moi in Rift Valley, although he has made it very clear that he's also not going to support the deputy president. But you know, politics is local. What Kutuny is doing is very simple. Kutuny is trying to leave the camp of Gideon Moi, then he's enduring himself to the camp of the deputy president. And when the time comes, he will be received in the camp of the deputy president like a hero. But now let us go back to Central Kenya politics. Will Central Kenya vote for the deputy president? In my view, Central Kenya is likely to vote for the deputy president. But the deputy president will go an extra mile to ensure that he sustains the people of the larger Mount Kenya region. For example, how will Kiambu vote against President Uhuru Kenyatta? So it means the deputy president must give them clear reasons for doing that. So the deputy president has crafted a strategy on how he's going to deal with the larger Mount Kenya region. And this is what I want us to look at. But before we do that, if you're watching this video for the first time, I want you to take a second or two and click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. Let us go to the strategies which the deputy president has put in place in the larger Mount Kenya region. The first strategy is that the deputy president is trying so hard to dissociate himself from Jubilee failure. We all know that the government of President Uhuru Kenyatta has failed. It has not delivered on most of the promises. And you know, most of these promises were actually made by one man, William Samoei Ruto. But they have failed. And the reason why Central Kenya are not happy with President Uhuru Kenyatta is because they believe that the government has failed. The question is, if they believe the government has failed, why are they not blaming the deputy president? So it's because the deputy president has put in place a mechanism of convincing the people of the larger Mount Kenya region that indeed he was in government, and when he was in government, the system was working, the government was working. And every opportunity his allies get in the larger Mount Kenya region, their message is also always very clear. That when the deputy president was with Uhuru Kenyatta, certain things were happening. And now that he's not with Uhuru Kenyatta, things are not moving. So the deputy president is going to continue dissociating himself from Jubilee failures. Number two, his other strategy, which we are going to witness soon, very fast, is the hustler narrative. The deputy president is still going to continue using the hustler narrative. Remember, in Central Kenya, there are so many poor people. And Central Kenya is also the same place where we get so many billionaires. So the deputy president is going to use his case like someone who sold chicken and now a deputy president and a possible president of the Republic of Kenya. He's going to do that, and in my view, he's going to succeed on that. Why? Because majority of the people of Central Kenya are either small-scale farmers or are small-scale traders. They go to Nairobi, get Mutumba clothes, then they sell. So the deputy president is selling them hope that you can be a Mutumba seller today, then the next day you can be something. You can be a small-scale farmer, then the next day you can actually be a president or a member of parliament or an MCA. So the hustler narrative is still going to use it, but it's going to use it as someone who sold chicken. And in this time, he's not going to try to counter it with a dynasty narrative. He's not going to do that. He's just going to focus on himself as someone who started by selling chickens. So whether the Central Kenya are going to buy it or not, I still don't know. But that's something he's going to tell. Number three, the deputy president is also going to embark on what his team are calling extensive development tours. And some of these development are actually government development projects. Remember, President Uhuru Kenyatta, through Executive Order number 1 of 2019, replaced the deputy president and appointed Fred Matiang'i as the supervisor of all government projects. Because the deputy president was using some of these government projects to advance his politics. The system and Uhuru Kenyatta were against this. So he's going to start doing this extensive tour of these projects. Whether the cabinet secretaries will accompany him or not, the deputy president will just wait for someone to tell him not to go to point A to launch a project. Remember, just last week, the deputy president hosted a delegation from Kisii, and he told them that he was going to take to them a development project worth 2 billion. And you see, he's not going to use his own money. He was telling them of 2 billion development project, not from his own kitty, but from government project. Remember, this is a guy who has been kicked out from supervising some of these projects and is now using the same to advance that. So let us wait and see how the government is going to react when the deputy president starts extensive tour of this development project, and is intending to do them in several ways. Number one is intending to use his own network. For example, if he goes to Kiambu, then he'll identify, let's say, 10 women groups or 10 youth groups, then take their 20, for example, car wash machines. Once he takes them there, then he will use the opportunity to campaign. Again, he's going to use the members of parliament who are allied to him. So if Alice Wahome is going to launch a road, CDF road, then the deputy president is going to go to the constituency. If she's planning to launch, for example, 4 roads, Alice Wahome, as a member of parliament, the deputy president will be in her constituency 4 times. So that's how he's going to use, what he's going to use to tour those regions. Number 4 is the church. So the deputy president is going to use the church in this country for his campaign. And one of the regions where he's going to use the church more than any other region is in Central Kenya. Because Central Kenya has so many churches. In this country, if you want to list the topmost influential pastors in this country, you'll find Kikuyus, most of them. Of course, there's Dr. War somewhere. But he's going to use the churches, and he's going to use mostly the indigenous churches. And if you have been keen, the deputy president has been hosting several church leaders in Karen during this pandemic. So the idea behind that is to create a personal link with the churches. Remember, the churches are actually supposed to be the voice of the voiceless. The church in Kenya before fought for independence. Again, the church in Kenya fought for the second liberation. So the church are the only institution in this country who can fearlessly talk about the vices like corruption. So by targeting the church, what the deputy president is trying to do is that he's going to use the pulpit to clean himself from all allegations against him. So if people are saying that the deputy president is corrupt, then he's taking the church, the money to the church. And of course, we've had churches saying that sisi, we don't mind where the money is coming from. As tunapokea tu the money. So the deputy president is going to use the church to clean himself, and also, especially in Central Kenya, to create personal touch. I want to ask you a question. Raila Odinga or even Uhuru Kenyatta, do you think they have personal touch with the church leaders the way the deputy president is currently doing? So he's going to use the church. The 5th strategy is the youths. One of the biggest challenges the deputy president was going to have was the youths. And that's why the president decided to unveil the Kazi Mtani. But even that Kazi Mtani, money is being stolen from it. So the deputy president has realized the potential of the youths, because the youths are the ones who are normally used to attend the rallies. They're normally used to cause chaos. So he's going to appeal to the youths. So he wants to ensure that by the time we go to the elections in Central Kenya, all youths will be with him. He will buy them balls. He will buy them car wash machines. He's going to buy them to equip them all over the country. So whether he's going to manage that, I don't know, but that's his strategy. He wants to ensure that in every region, in every ward in Central Kenya, he's going to have a project for the youth. Whether it's for shoe shiners, Whether it's going to be for watu wa kinyozi, is going to do that. Whether it's going to be for saloons, the deputy president is going to ensure that youths in each ward in Mount Kenya region have direct contact with him. Number 6 is the women. Another strategy is going to use. By the way, before I conclude, on youth, he's going to use Ichungwa. Is the one who is going to be in charge of the youth. Then Alice Wahome is going to be in charge of women in the larger Mount Kenya region. So what Alice Wahome will be doing, Alice Wahome will identify if there's a women group somewhere. She will identify the women group, organize for the DP to come talk to them. Kama kuna project he can do, help them do. So he will do that in the entire Mount Kenya region. The idea again is to ensure that the deputy president has the direct personal touch. Because if the deputy president will lose Central Kenya, then it's going to be done. And some of these activities will help them create direct link with the people on the ground. And lastly, the deputy president is planning to form a grassroots network of people who will be advancing his narrative at the constituency level, at the ward level, and down there. And to begin with, he's planning to use the MCS, especially from the larger Mount Kenya region. You know, Mount Kenya elected so many young MCS. So the deputy president is going to target most of those MCS. Like there's this guy, the Chiga MCA, even the guy who died, the guy who died in Naivasha. So he had started creating those network of MCS. So he's planning to do that because the MCS are the people who every weekend are in the villages attending funerals, attending harambes and the rest. So the deputy president atakuwa nasukuma kitu. Kama kuna mtu amekufa, unastukia tu the deputy president ametuma 1,000 yake 5. You see, those small things are going to enjoy him to the people. And he's also going to create a separate network from Jubilee Party, which is going to help him campaign. And with those strategies, the deputy president hopes to consolidate the larger Mount Kenya region. I don't know whether it's going to succeed or not, but that's the latest strategy which the deputy president is using. He has realized that without taking action, he's going to fail. But the other thing which is going to work in his disadvantage is that President Uhuru Kenyatta is also likely to start embarking on countering him. So whether it's going to go head on head with President Uhuru Kenyatta, I still can't predict. But the president is also going to start going to the ground. So how the ground is going to react to President Uhuru Kenyatta is something we are going to wait to see. I don't know what you think. Do you think those strategies are going to work for the deputy president? Let me know what you think. And thank you guys for watching this video. Today, there was another meeting at Francis Atwoli's residence between Atwoli himself and David Murathe. So we are waiting to get the details about what was discussed there. But Atwoli also endorsed Raila Amolo Odinga. And in his speech, he gave the reasons why he's going to support Raila Amolo Odinga. So in my next video, I'm going to highlight for you the reasons why Francis Atwoli is likely to support Raila Amolo Odinga. Thank you guys, and please may you enjoy your day.